Let's begin. Welcome to the block. I am your host, Kyle Johnston. You can find my work on Twitter at KJ_the block. Find my work on my blog site, KyleJohnstonTheBlock.wordpress.com. It's for the late night addicts, for the early morning coffee drinkers. It's where we talk some sports, we break down the games and do some handicapping, talk a little pop culture, and of course I provide some much needed music in our lives. Dream Theater kicks us off on this Monday morning. Just want to start the show off by sending my condolences to the Prince family. I was a metalhead growing up. Progressive rock, progressive metal, 90s alternative rock metal, you know. Got into the West Coast old school rap, hip hop. Now I'm into the East Coast kind of underground kind of stuff. So I've evolved as a musician over the years. I listen to a lot of stuff. ZZ Ward now, you know. I like talent. And Prince had talent. One of the best performers of his generation, of our generation. One of the best guitar players, one of the best musicians, composers, writer. You name it, man, he did it. He did a lot of things. Big catalog of music. Helped a lot of people, too. He helped a lot of people. Lived a crazy life. He lived a crazy life. Right to the end, too. But he helped a lot of people. He didn't like his name on it. So I give him a lot of credit. I have a lot of respect for Prince. Basically said F you to the establishment. Put two middle fingers up. Did things his way. Did things his way. He liked control. I don't blame him. So I respect him as an artist. It's a sad day. So I played a lot of Prince over the weekend. Haven't done a podcast since then. That's why I'm just going to send my condolences out now. Sent a couple tweets out. Posted a couple things about his Super Bowl performance. What a performance. Legendary. Absolutely legendary. In Miami. Even Peyton Manning said it was legendary. So that's one of the first things he remembers about that Super Bowl. And he won it. Torrential downpour. You know, a lot of people talked about that video out there about the producer. I think it was NFL Films that put it out. Where he talked, he had a lot of emotions going that day, that producer. Highs and lows. More scared shitless moments than anything. And then Yeah, he talked about when he called Prince. Prince said, make it rain harder. Make it rain harder. So that took some worries away from him. But then it was all slippery up on stage, and the dancers are in 8-inch high heels. And Prince is busting a strut around with a guitar on, singing. But man, Purple Rain in the rain in Miami. Wow, what a scene. Absolutely legendary. And now we're stuck with little bastards like Justin Bieber and Kylie Jenner and stuff like that everybody always talks about, and the Kardashians and shit like that. Who cares? Who cares? Recognize talent, people. Don't just recognize faces and images. Man, I can't believe like photos and Instagram stuff, like getting all these big trends and all this crazy stuff like that. Man, sit back and go listen to a 5-minute song, a real song. But anyways, send my condolences. Wish I could have been down at First Avenue in Minneapolis. There in Minnesota would have been awesome. A lot of parties around the world. I'll continue to listen to a lot of his stuff over the next few days. But over the course of the weekend, another hot topic came up was Chris Colabello. The Toronto Blue Jays. Yes, the Toronto Blue Jays. April. Big topic around the streets of Toronto. The GTA, province of Ontario, the country of Canada. And the NHL playoffs are going on. Kind of strange, eh? Very interesting, very interesting. Never thought I'd see this day, to be honest with you. Never saw I'd see this day. And the NHL playoffs have been fucking awesome. I've been watching like every game. Great hockey. Awesome hockey. Intense hockey. Chippy. Playoff hockey, man. Same with the NBA playoffs, man. A lot of people have been bitching about the first round. There have been blowouts. Yeah, there's been blowouts. There have been some crappy matchups. Some crappy games. But you can see the intensity of it. You know, a lot more physical. Letting a lot more go. So, very interesting. I love Stan Van Gundy, though, trying to pump up his team against the Cavs. It's LeBron. He can do anything he wants out there. They're not going to call an offensive foul on him. And then they were trying to goad him in the press conference to say some more things. He's like, I already lost $25,000. You guys saw it. You guys watched it. Write what you watched. Pretty funny. I'm not going there, basically. But Chris Colabello. And as we know, he's been hit with an 80-game suspension for testing positive for an anabolic steroid. Dihydrochloromethyl testosterone. Dihydrochloromethyl testosterone. So basically, it's basically an East German drug. A lot of swimmers used back in the day, some sprinters, stuff like that. It's basically banned in laboratories and science labs that make these pharmaceutical drugs or drug companies. It's banned for them to make them. They still make them on the black market, still sell it, obviously. Philadelphia Phillies pitcher actually just got nailed for it a few days prior as well. It was announced. So we're obviously seeing these athletes use them. Same with Sharapova. The drug Sharapova was using was like an old Soviet Union drug. That I think I read a study that 60% of Russian athletes fucking using this at one point not too long ago. So pretty common. You know, they're pros. Big money at stake on the court and off the court. The business of sports has never been bigger. Business of sports is absolutely huge right now. Huge. And you can make money in a small amount of time. Small amount of time. You can make a lot more money than you're going to lose your money. If you're smart too. You know, not some athletes aren't smart and piss their money away. But a lot of athletes aren't stupid. And they know how to make their money. They have a smart team around them. So they can make a lot of money in a small amount of time. But Chris Colabello, do I have any sympathy for him? No. Do I have any ill will towards him? No. I'm sure he's a great guy. I'm not mad at him. I don't hate him. Whatever, man. But I'm tired of hearing these guys saying, oh, I don't know how it got in my system, or I don't know why it got in my system. Well, obviously you do. Because you took something. You took something, whether it was a shake, whether it was an over-the-counter, whether it was prescribed by your doctors, whether it was prescribed by a trainer, or you got it at a gym, some kind of allergic medicine, a puffer, you took something. The question is if you are going to take something, and if you did go get like a drug for your training or something, and it was over the counter, if it was at a gym, if it was through one of your trainers, through a professional doctor or something, why wouldn't you consult the Toronto Blue Jays team doctor? Why wouldn't you consult Major League Baseball Players Association team doctor? There's a list. MLB teams have lists, in the clubhouse. I'm sure you get a book in spring training and stuff like that. Or when you get first drafted, signed by a ball club, of what you can and cannot take. What's new? What's been added to the list? So that's why I don't really have any sympathy towards him getting suspended. Do your due diligence, man. It's your body. Call. Say, hey, can I take this? I'm going to mail it to you. This is what's in it. Fuck. Like, even if I was getting that shit off the fucking over-the-counter or fucking from a gym, I'd try to ask the guy, yo, could you give me a list of what's in this shit? So I can at least give it to him. This is what they say it's in it, supposedly. What's in it? And is it going to help me? I'm going to trust Major League Baseball and my team doctors, they're there for a reason. So, no sympathy towards the actual suspension. 80 games without pay, first time offense. It's half a season. First time offense is a little excessive, maybe a little excessive. But we got to remember, people, Major League Baseball was the poster boys, the poster childs. They were the poster of professional athletes and steroids, along with cycling. And no one really gives a shit about cycling. Floyd Landis, Armstrong. Who's that Spanish guy, man? It'll come to me. Anyways, no one really cares, even though they got some pretty big contracts, TV deals down there in Europe and stuff. But baseball's baseball. It is what it is. It's pretty big. It's absolutely huge in North America. So, they had to come down strict. They couldn't be this. They couldn't be seen as this weak league. Allowing their players to get away with this stuff. When they had basically had the federal courts of the United States of America up their ass. So maybe the length, maybe a quarter of the season of a first time offense. But obviously players are continuing to do it, so it's not the biggest of deterrents. So I'm sure he's a great guy. I'd love to interview him. Seems like a guy I'd like to sit down. Great story. I think he will get another shot. I hope he gets another shot. Will it impact the Toronto Blue Jays? No, not really. They'll find a replacement. He's a first baseman, kind of outfielder. He had a good year last year. Was he going to duplicate it? Nah. Obviously, this was lingering on his head. I have no idea why Major League Baseball let him play like 3 weeks of the season. Why wouldn't you just suspend him from the fucking get-go? That's what I don't understand. You did this in March. I know he appealed it. But, couldn't you somehow speed up this process and shit like that so he wouldn't have to go through this shit for 3 weeks? But then again, he could still showcase his talent for 3 weeks, and still say, hey, I still got, you know what I mean? And he didn't. What, he had like an 0.89 batting average or something like that? But that's what I like. Come on, I'd be asking, why can't you speed up? I know that's the appeal process slowed it down. But, speed this up, man. Let's go. There's no need for him to play 3 weeks of the season and go through all this stuff. Make him go through all this kind of stuff, Have it lingering on him, thinking about it. He's thinking about other shit. Trying to play baseball at the same time. So, the other question is maybe he should have told the Toronto Blue Jays, because it obviously didn't help the Toronto Blue Jays that much, because he didn't perform when they fucking put him on the field. I'm not a Jays fan. I'm an Oakland A's fan, so I don't care. The Jays just rolled over my A's. Told the Jays fans, man, my pitching's not that good, especially my bullpen. A's bullpen's not nearly what it used to be. Doolittle's not nearly the same pitcher since his shoulder problems. We don't have the depth in our bullpen. Don't have the depth in our starting pitcher either. We got a few. Sonny Gray. He'll be an alright one. Rich Hill, he's a nice little surprise. Kendall Graveman, I think, can be a quality pitcher, but he's going to be a 4 or 5 guy. So, I don't want to get stuck on that too much. Kind of move on. Last little tidbit topic before I get to some sports picks. New England Patriots. I'll have a drink of coffee before I get into this. The New England Patriots, those cheating bastards. Great football team. Coach Belichick, my opinion, best coach in North America. Well, him and Popovich. Definitely been the best coach in North America for at least the last 25, 30 years that I've seen. Well, they're the best coach in North America I've seen in my lifetime. And I'm 29 years old. I have mad respect for Coach Belichick. Even though they've been busted for cheating, there's a lot of allegations of them cheating. Allegedly cheaters. Don't want to put too many words in my mouth, because they have been busted, they have been proven it, and they kind of haven't been busted. A lot of gray area. Let's put it that way. Mad respect for them, though. Winners. Same with the owner, Robert Kraft. Crafty guy, man. He's a crafty character. He's a winner. They want to win. And I like that. I respect winners. I like people who want to win. We just got over the steroid shit. I don't like, putting shit in your body and stuff like that. But if they're going to try to push the envelope that way and stuff like that without getting busted, man, so be it. But if you get busted, fucking own it. Own it. That's what I don't like about them. Own it. Own up to your Spygate and shit like that, man. Own up to all these little tricks and headphone stuff going down at Foxborough. Own up to it, dudes. Own up to it, Everybody does it. Everybody pumps crowd noise in. Everybody messes around with footballs and stuff like that. It's your home field. But own up to it. And as a Tennessee Titans fan, if it came right down to it, I wish we did what the New England Patriots did. Maybe we'd have some Super Bowls. So I got no problem with it, and I got a problem with it. I just don't fucking like them. When it comes down to it. Sorry about that. I just don't like them when it comes down to it. Don't like Tom Brady. I don't like Belichick, even though I mad respect him and just pumped him up. He's damn good. He's a damn good coach, man. I'd play hard for him. Tell you that much. If he was my coach, I'd go out there. I knew he'd cut me loose as soon as I wasn't fucking worth anything, because that's why it makes them so fucking good. But I knew he'd back me up while I was useful. So I'd give it to him. But Deflate-gate. Yes, we had 9 months of Deflate-gate. And yes, Deflate-gate's back in the news. Barrington Parker, Civil Appeals Court judge, has reinstated the 4-game suspension of quarterback Tom Brady of, yes, those New England Patriots. Good. I wish we played him. Like last year when he was supposed to be suspended, we would have played him. Oh, I know we don't play him this year. I'll bring up the schedule in a second here. Try to bring up a little bit of information here for you really quickly here. So he basically stated that Roger Goodell did not deprive Brady of fundamental fairness. And the gist of it is, they're saying that the NFL followed the rules in the CBA. Now, are the rules in the CBA fair? That's a fucking another argument. Probably not. No, they're not. Is the NFLPA going to have something to say about those rules next time the CBA's up? Oh, yeah. Quote from Barrington Parker, Judge Barrington Parker, our rule is not to determine for ourselves whether Brady participated in a scheme to deflate footballs. Sorry, my throat's really messed up right now. Fighting a little bit of a cold. So it's going to be a struggle to get through this. Or whether the suspension imposed by the commissioner should have been for 3 games or 5 games or none at all. Nor is it our role to second-guess the arbitrator's preceding rulings. The opinion said, our obligation is limited to determining whether the arbitration proceedings and award met the minimum league standards established by the Labor Management Relations Act. So basically the arbitrator, with the old judge there, Richard Berman, he was saying that the NFL was basically unfair to Brady. In the end. I'm pretty sure that's how it went down. I don't want to get too much into it. I don't want to dig too much of it because I got some sports picks. I've done a lot of other research. So, Circuit Judge Denny Chin said evidence of ball tampering was compelling, if not overwhelming. There was evidence that Brady knew about it, consented to it, encouraged it. Those are the words of Circuit Judge Denny Chin. Barrington Parker said that cell phone destruction raised the stakes. From airing a football to compromising the integrity of a proceeding that the commissioner had convened. So that was basically, that was basically the big point. The big point of discussion was the old cell phone destruction. So Brady might have got away with it if he didn't have all these cell phone stuff. Cell phones, eh? Just getting fucking people and shit. So it'll be interesting to see what goes on in this situation. Now, before I get to my picks, I just wanted to bring up just a little bit of the schedule here, a little bit of a sports side to this. Told you, man, business of sports is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So, the New England Patriots, they open up against the Arizona Cardinals in Arizona. Then they have 3 home games versus Miami, Houston, and Buffalo. Garoppolo is going to be the quarterback, more than likely. But you never know. You never know with the Patriots. You never know. 2-2, very plausible. More than plausible. I know the Buffalo Bills will be licking their chops. Potential for the Buffalo Bills here. Potential. Get off to a good start. Get ahead of the Patriots so they're not chasing the Patriots. Get a little bit of momentum, some confidence in that city of Buffalo. Down at Ralph Wilson. And they also have Coach Belichick, who will definitely be ready for this. He'll have a game plan. He'll be ready to go. So let's just get into some sports picks here while my throat holds up. We'll start in the NBA. Some NBA playoffs. I like the board today. I like the board. We got a lot of variety. So in the NBA, first game, the Miami Heat on the road in Charlotte take on the Hornets. Hornets had a big game 3, pulled back into the series. They're down 2-1. As it stands, the Charlotte Hornets are -2. Home favorites. Total in this game is 195.5. I like the Miami Heat. Could go through a lot of reasons why. They're a better ball club, a deeper ball club. They're going to come to play. My throat is killing me, so I don't want to waste too much time on this. Let's get through this. So I like the Miami Heat. I got them actually at +2.5. We're starting to see some movement on the Miami Heat. They're sitting at +2 right now. And some late night action in the NBA. The LA Clippers, they're on the road in Portland, taking on the Trailblazers. Damian Lillard went off. Didn't really go off, but he had a really good game 3. Trailblazers didn't quite manhandle the Clippers, but they played a lot better basketball. And I think they will continue to play better basketball down the stretch. But that being said, I like the Clippers in this spot. They still played pretty good basketball even in a loss. Chris Paul will have the troops ready to play. Excuse me. Coach Rivers definitely have the troops ready to play. He's been pretty intense this playoffs. As it stands, the Clippers are minus 3.5 road favorites. Total in this game is 205.5. I like the LA Clippers at minus 3.5. And actually, I even bought a point. I bought them down to 2.5. So that's what I think it's going to be one of those close games. So I bought the Clippers down to 2.5. It stands at 3.5 right now. Either or, I think you're going to be in good shape. Moving over to the frozen pond, some NHL playoffs. Couple big games tonight. Big game 6. The Anaheim Ducks, the Nashville Predators, going down in Nashville, Tennessee. And as it stands right now, the Anaheim Ducks are up 3-2. A chance to close this out. They're minus 115 road favorites. Total in this game is 5 pucks, like usual in the playoffs. I think Peke Rene and the Nashville Predators really come out to play tonight. So I'm going to take the Nashville Predators at minus 105 on the money line. The defending champion Chicago Blackhawks, they're riding the wave. They're riding the wave. Big overtime win. Just how they won, man. It's just how they won. Patrick Kane finally scored. He's going to wake up. That's going to wake Jonathan Toews up. Think we're going to go 7 games without Jonathan Toews doing something? Come on. As it stands, St. Louis Blues, minus 115 home favorites. Total in this game is 5 pucks. I like the Chicago Blackhawks at minus 105. I think they get the job done. We got a couple games on the ball diamond for you. MLB has been very good to us. The MLB has been very good to us in April. Glad to have baseball back. Toronto Blue Jays, they're at home to take on the Chicago White Sox. This is the first time this is the first time the Jays playing somebody out of their division. They have Marcus Stroman on the mound. Gonzalez takes the mound for the White Sox. The White Sox have been a nice, pleasant surprise, playing some pretty good baseball. As it stands, the Toronto Blue Jays are minus 180 home favorites, plus 160 on the money line of the White Sox. Total in this game is 8.5. I like the Chicago White Sox at plus 160. Gonzalez has got a good track record against the Jays. In his last 3 outings, he's gone at least 7 innings in each of them. I think no more than 2 earned runs. Marcus Stroman, the same can't be said. He's been knocked around a little bit from the White Sox. Robin Ventura's got the White Sox playing good baseball. Both teams are playing to the unders, though. I think the White Sox are 5-13 or something like that. The Jays are 6-11, 6-12. So I also like the under in this game. I like the White Sox and I like the under. I like the White Sox more, though. And in some late night action in baseball, Seattle Mariners are hosting the Houston Astros. T1 Walker's on the mound for the Mariners. Fister takes the mound for the Astros. Now the Mariners, they were sitting back watching the Astros play, a 15-16 inning marathon against the Red Sox last night, who eventually lost. So, you play 15, 16 innings, you're at home, you lose the game, bad feelings, you got to jump on a plane, fly to the West Coast. Don't like it. So I'm going to take the Seattle Mariners. They're minus 145 on the money line. We're starting to see some action towards the Astros, because I grabbed the Seattle Mariners at minus 155. So seeing a lot of money coming in on the Astros right now, but I'm taking the Mariners. I'm all over the Mariners in this situation. I also like Madison Bumgarner and the San Francisco Giants. They're at home taking on San Diego Padres. Drew Pomeranz takes the mound for the Padres, former Oakland A. He's hit and miss. Not very good, especially as a starter. Meh. Giants should have no problem in this game, but you gotta remember, for every lock, there's a key, so you can't get too ahead of yourself. But as it stands, the Giants are minus 185 on the money line. Total in this game is 6.5. I like the San Francisco Giants. I'm definitely going to go get some water and some ginger ale. When I get done to soothe this sore throat, I'm just beat down. Didn't get a whole lot of sleep last night. Had ball hockey. You know, the body's just getting back into ball hockey shape. I used to play hockey all year round. Now, because I was in school, I couldn't really play in the winter time. So now I'm playing hockey just mainly in the summer. So the body's got to get back into game shape. Using muscles I don't usually use. And I work out basically, you know, about at least 5 times a week. But it's hockey. It's hockey. Shout out to Team Green. Big win last night. Boys played well. Hopefully our picks play well tonight. And remember, you can find my work on Twitter at KJ_theblock. Find my work on my blog site, KyleJohnstonTheBlock.wordpress.com. Hope everybody gets their plays in. Remember, the NFL draft's just around the corner. Pretty excited as a Tennessee Titans supporter. Could be very interesting. Hopefully we get Treadwell. That's who I'm looking for. Let's give Mariota some weapons. We do need some offensive linemen. But that being said, wouldn't mind taking a flyer on Treadwell. Think he's going to be a good wide receiver. I like the chip on his shoulder. He's just got that swagger about being an NFL wide receiver about him. You know, you don't have to be the quickest or the fastest with numbers, but you got to be quick up here. You got to be football quick. And remember, if you're not laying the money down on the table, you're not winning.
Takes a part of me, something lost and never seen. Every time I start to believe, something's raped and taken from me. Life's gotta always be messing with me. Can't it chill and let me be free? Can't I take away all this pain? I try to every night, all in vain. Sometimes I cannot take this place. Sometimes it's my life I can't taste. Sometimes I cannot feel my face. You'll never see me fall from grace.